This film began as a film which was going to have songs in it, and then the songs came much later. And when we brought Roddy and Tommy on board, it really started to feel like it was coming together.
So Nason met Roddy on the set of Sunshine on Leith, and Roddy was working in the music department there.
He was like, yeah, totally, I can write a musical, no bother. And then now I know that instantly he went, oh crap, how do I make a musical? He then went to his friend Tommy Riley and said, hey, can you help me make a musical?
And I think the conversation was something along the line of, what are you doing today? I've been asked to write the songs for a zombie musical. And I think I just said, I'll see you. I think I was at his flat within 20 minutes.
They just got a great pop sensibility, Roddy and Tom. The songs are ridiculously catchy. They don't leave you.
But it also carried the emotion of the story so well.
I mean, Tommy and Roddy are two of the most talented people out there, you know. One of the best things about this film is the soundtrack.
It's just so much fun. It's perfect. It has that edge of timelessness to it that I think if you're going to make a really good movie musical, the music needs to have.
People, the sparks are whistling and that's always a good sign.
Do you remember we sort of said, like, okay, we'll give ourselves a week, and if we can write 2 or 3 things that we like.
And then I think within about 5-6 days we had 7 ideas.
Because we turned up in the rehearsal studio on that first day and we had a script.
And you've got a jumping off point. You go, I need to get this person's feelings across. How do we do it? Really fun.
So we just had an absolute blast because you're jumping from motivation to motivation from a character point of view and genre to genre. One minute you can be doing a pop song and the next minute it can be like this weird samba, New Orleans jazz influenced fusion of things.
There's like two repressed individuals who've been trapped in the format of singer-songwriter music for years, having an absolute field day.
Like those songs I have now heard for about 2 years running through my head constantly, and I'm still not tired of them, which is saying something quite special, I think.
This is something we weren't necessarily expecting to be involved in, but we both felt a natural kind of affinity and aptitude for taking it on. That's why
A calling has been found.
Human Voice is a tune that is like constantly, that little hook is always going around my head.
Human Voice, when I heard that song from the day one, it was my favourite. I loved it.
My favourite song is probably either Human Voice or Hollywood Ending.
Hollywood Ending was always going to be our big pop songy High School Musical moment.
you know, the ooh, no such thing as a Hollywood ending. That is a direct reference to a kind of summer loving kind of thing that all the kids are able to sing.
And the whole thing from the outset was we need an absolute, like, hopefully, you know, really sing-along, singable chorus that the whole canteen can just jump on the tables and belt out.
I mean, Sarah's just been knocking out of the park with the choreography.
Me and Sarah done Skypes back and forward, and we talked about it, and I talked about what I was looking for. And
the dance numbers provide further subtext or heighten all the other components that are already there, so that you are forced and drawn into it in a deeper way.
Every now and then I'd pop down to the canteen, and there she would be with her iPad set up, and she's giving everything, trying all these different moves and watching it come together.
We saw, you know, just her on her own doing something in an area, and then the 10 dancers are in doing that part, and at the same time they've got another 4 around them doing something else, and it was just like, oh, there's so much going on. It was so cool. So cool.
And numbers like Hollywood Ending, which I think started out a bit tits and teethy, ended up turning into something a bit more aggressive and yearning and anarchic, because that's just what was established in the words and in kind of like the sexual frustration of the situation.
It was just great to see, you know, Chris and Lisa really into each other and people dancing around them, and it was brilliant. It was lovely to see it come together.
You have a whole bunch of sequences of ideas of how things overlap, how to use the space in the most efficient way possible, how to cover the most ground, how to use the environment that you're in with all the tools and tables and lights and fixtures, and how to take advantage of all of that and make all of that useful and all of that a part of the number.
I was always worried about her being Steph as well as the choreography. But Sarah's just full of energy. She's full of beans all the time. She's just one of these people that, yeah, you just can't help but love her.
That party after the shoot was finished, and someone, I don't know, about 12:30 at night, you know, everyone's had a few drinks, stuck Hollywood Ending on the sound system, and just got all these people who worked in the movie knew every word, you know, and that was like, that's the realization of like a total life dream, is to have this room full of people singing something you wrote, you know.